backward too. Look how quickly he got around there.
And back into the Indian batting lineup today, the 16-year-old Sachin Tendulkar, left out of the game against Australia on Saturday.
And he does have a run finally, Tendulkar, and he'll feel better for that as Martin Snedden does the fielding. Here's Gavin Larson now. Single called for, but no. Yes, they do go in the end. Hadley misfielding. Azharuddin went early, then went back, and in the end they got it quite safely. So the 100 comes up in the 32nd over. Forced nicely by Azharuddin. It's a long boundary out there, and they'll have time for 3 as Rutherford did the chasing. And it looked effortless from Azharuddin. He got 3 runs for it. It's nicely played by Azharuddin. That's beautifully timed as Thompson went a bit wide that time. And Azharuddin puts it away to the fence for 4. And that's the total, 114 for 4 at the end of 33. Was left in the Indian innings. Hadley to Tendulkar. Beautifully driven. That's a magnificent shot. 4 runs.
At just 16 years of age, it was evident that Tendulkar had the makings of a special player.
Richard Hadley starting the 39th over. Tendulkar heaving away through mid-wicket. Great backs is chasing, but it's well struck. 4 runs. So Gavin Larson now to start his 9th over. Tendulkar slogging. It's in the air. Jones is racing around after it. And good fielding by Andrew Jones. Cuts it down to 2. Tendulkar really charging Larson. Here he comes again. Oh, that really was humming. That's 4. Tendulkar really charging now. Oh, he's lobbed this. That's a clever shot. He just held back and just lobbed it over Martin Crowe and short of Danny Morrison.
It was a clever shot as long as he didn't try and take 2 for it. You've always got the feeling that Tendulkar is just a little bit buoyed up by the occasion, and he's carrying on through emotion rather than from the cold realism of technique. But of course, he's an inexperienced player, a very good player.
Capaldiv adding a bit of sanity to the batting, and that's a lovely shot. That's down to the fence for 4. So India really starting to prosper now in the 40th over.
This has been a very good over indeed for India, with 2 4s and 3 other runs taken from it. And Larson still with 2 balls to go. And remember that Larson has bowled very well. Capaldiv, you're seeing there that there was a chance to hit the ball into the biggest gap in the field. So it is a problem for Crowe now.
So it's the youngsters from the respective sides going against each other. 21-year-old Shane Thompson against 16-year-old Sachin Tendulkar. Big hit. Put him safely. And it's past Jones, away to the fence for 4 more. Indeed a top shot.
Well, if you're young and you're brave, you deserve to succeed. That was hit over the head of Martin Crowe, who's at fairly deep mid-on, and into the area which was totally unprotected, but really Tendulkar is just blazing on his... Now, he's a lovely player, but he's just going for them. And you can see Capaldiv there having a word to him, just calming him down, keeping him cool.
Tendulkar's 36, facing Thompson. Charges again.
Or did he keep him cool?
A big edge. Ian Smith takes the catch. Graham Cowans didn't even bother to put his finger up. Tendulkar knew he'd got the edge. Straight through to Smith. And Tendulkar carried on.
Sachin was known as a fine...
Pick will continue. Mahendra Singh Dhoni has come out to the middle. He's the man from Jharkhand. He's sent back. The bails are off again. The third umpire has been called for. The Bangladesh fielders are celebrating. In fact, he's not even asked for the third umpire, has he? He's given him out. 2 wickets in 2 balls. And Dhoni departs first ball. And that's most unfortunate. This is his debut. And quick work in the field. That's out. The umpire in a perfect position. So suddenly the crowd comes to life. Dhoni goes for no score. India 180 for 6.
So 2 for 1. Vast continuing again, nice and straight on a beautiful pitch. Just have a look at that wicket out there. It really is absolutely superb. Well, that beats the outside edge. So Vast once again causing a few problems out there. It seems to me they're playing for the swing, and it's just not there. This one going straight through to the keeper. I've got to say, I had a close look at that pitch out there, and I know you did, Ranil, but it looks absolutely beautiful. And it's not surprising, it's Australian grass. Apparently the grass was brought over to one of the golf courses out there, and they use the grass from the golf course, Cooch. And it looks absolutely superb, it really is. Kohli off the mark. And it bounced a little bit too much, I think. Shy down the far end, and the ball just missing the stumps. The Sri Lankans are very, very good in the field. I think that was just a little bit high.
It's so much excitement. First there was the big shout for the LBW. Kohli wasn't ready for the single. Kulasekara, it was a scramble scene, but it did come back on him.
And again, and just beats the outside edge. A little bit of frustration, I think, beginning to creep in to Kohli here. He's received 10 balls so far, and he's got a little stuck.
Yes, there's a fair chance that the Vast will bowl a long spell here. The good one leaving the right-hand batsman. Jayawardene generally uses Vast as much as possible when he's on song in his first spell, getting a bit of movement, beating the bat.
Well, that's well played. Right, this will give us some idea of how fast the outfield is. It's running away to that long boundary. And they get 3 comfortably. So the end of the over, it's 9 for 1. Oh, well bowled. That nipped back. That nipped back. Beautiful bowling. There's certainly some movement out there.
Yes, he does this time and again. That was an absolute beauty. Just cut him in half. Lucky it bounced a little bit more. Went over the stumps. Missed the pads, missed the stumps.
That's into the gap, and again running away square of the wicket. Yes, one does get the feeling that the Sri Lankans are well organised. You get the feeling they think about what they're going to be doing, going back to the last match, the last Test series, for example, against the Indians. One feeling that they really had studied the review system. They don't just walk out there and let it happen. And again, they've obviously studied the players here. They know exactly what they're going to do. Bayliss obviously is very much part of that. It's well fielded. And to the end of another relatively tidy over. 11 for 1. And just a little bit too straight again, and once again played away into that mid-wicket area. Is this going to go to the boundary for 4? It does. That's the first boundary of the innings, and not before time either.
Yes, something for the Indian fans to cheer about. The first boundary coming in the 7th over. And again, just straying down the leg side, very nicely flicked away. Both batsmen have been playing well off the pads.
as a batting team, so you have a good foundation. Not to mention Sehwag played Mendes very well. How close is that? How close is it? The finger goes up, the dreaded finger goes up. Kulasekara has a wicket. Wicket for Kulasekara. Vas got the first one. 2 down, India.
Well, he has been getting the ball to move in off the seam. Right-handed Kohli, again rooted to his place, hardly a step forward. In fact, at the crease, caught there, and he was dead, absolutely dead on that one. Ball coming in fact, taking the back foot in line with the off stump. That is another big blow. India have lost their second of the day, 12 for Kohli, 23 for 2.